Hey folks, welcome back here to the Biggest On Channel. So we're here off of Stonewater and Southern Highlands Parkway, headed south on Southern Highlands Parkway in the area known as Southern Highlands. Here in the southwestern part of town, you can see some of the neighborhoods in here. But there's a lot of gated communities, so I'm unable to get into some of them and show you the homes. This Benz once in front of me. I do the speed limit, and then I just get, you know. Anyway, but it definitely looks nice down here for Southern Highlands Preparatory Academy. Gosh, I always had a problem with that word. Prep. Southern Highlands Prep School. Preparatory. There we go. We just passed that back there. I like the welcome home with the SH shield on it there in the on the banners in the median. That's pretty cool. Makes you feel like you're somewhere special, right? You don't see that on the east side of town. Hey, where are the dumpsters at, by the way? I don't see any dumpsters lining the roadway here. Maybe they're all like taking the day off or something. All the dumpsters, they're all at some big dumpster party or a dumpster fire. A dumpster bonfire. This brings us up here to Robert Trent Jones Lane. Okay. Gated community on that side, gated community on that side. Let me see if I can get it here real quick. See if this looks like a welcoming kind of area here. Can't tell. Nope, it's gated too. Yeah, I try to show you guys these things, but unfortunately. But it's a nice looking neighborhood, for sure. The one thing is you're right up here against the edge of civilization, and as we documented before on the Biggest On Channel, yeah, that neighborhood across the street, same situation. There's a gate up there. Scorpions. Lots of scorpions living out here on the edge like this. And they follow their food. So the ants, the roaches, anything else, they will follow the food. So this is the very south end of town here in Vegas. And Tuscan Highlands is what this neighborhood is called on the other side of St. Rose Parkway. This is the western terminus here for St. Rose Parkway, and then you can see the big sign there that says Southern Highlands right there. Olympia Ridge construction entrance, okay. Luxury apartment homes. Caution, gate ahead. Uh-oh. So I can't show you this either. Sorry, guys. Okay. I really want to show you some of these neighborhoods. And unless there's like a realtor doing an open house or something like that, I can't get in there. Lots of green. Look at that. Green and blue. It's nice. It's one of the things you notice when you first fly out here for the first time out to the desert. It's all brown. There's like so little green. So this is the, again, western terminus of St. Rose Parkway. Goes all the way up to the 215 in a northeast-southwest orientation. We're gonna make a right here on the interstate, but we're not going to LA, that's for sure. There's Tuscan Highlands there. So here we go, southbound on Interstate 15 here on the Biggest On Channel. This is a very heavily traveled route. A lot of times you'll find in the United States that the railroads, when they were built, followed the rivers. And then the interstate highways, or the roadways, for the most part, would follow the railroads and the rivers. Because it's easier to build there than, you know, trying to build like up over a mountain or something. And certainly the rivers are going to be your closest to flat elevation that you're going to get out here in the mountainous, intermountain United States, continental U.S. Alien Fresh Jerky over there at Baker, California. That's a good ways away. I think that's like 50, 60 miles from here. They're advertising for it. Speed Vegas over on the left there, where you can rent a supercar. We've stopped in there. I haven't done that yet, but Tobin, one of the members of our community here, he's talking me into it. I'm thinking about doing it. You can do like 5 laps for $100 with someone else driving, so I can record. That would be pretty cool. I think I might like to do that. Exit 25 here, off of Interstate 15. One of the major problems they've had, so the biggest feeder market for Vegas is going to be Los Angeles, Southern California. One of the big problems they've had is, especially on big weekends, when folks are trying to get back to LA after visiting Vegas, this roadway is packed. Absolutely packed. It's really kind of busy almost every Sunday. If you look at the traffic cams, it's busy every Sunday. Speed limit bumps up to 70 here. I believe it's 75 out in the rural areas. That's the max here in the state. Utah, I believe, is 80, but Utah cops are really bad. You go 81, they're going to pull you over up there. They are pretty unforgiving up there, from what I've heard from others and seen for myself. No, I haven't gotten any tickets in Utah, by the way. That's not personal experience, just, again, anecdotal evidence. But here we are in the open desert here, south of Las Vegas. So you have Las Vegas Boulevard over there on the left. That is the same Las Vegas Boulevard upon which the world-famous Las Vegas Strip is located. It parallels Interstate 15 here, the entire route through Nevada. But yeah, so on the weekends, this gets packed, and then initially, up until about a year or two ago, once you hit the California border, the roadway would go down to 2 lanes on each side, 4-lane highway. So that really messed things up. Really jammed things up going back to LA. So now they want to do the Brightline train, build the high-speed rail between here and LA. But even that's going to be a mess, in my humble opinion. They're building it from Rancho Cucamonga, which is east of LA, and it's going to terminate at Blue Diamond here in Vegas. So you're still going to have a drive to the Strip. I'm very sure, in my humble opinion, the taxi companies definitely had something to do with that. They want to be able to make money on ferrying people back and forth between the train station and the Strip. Because you're still going to be off of Blue Diamond, you're still going to be a good 3 miles, I'd say, south of the Strip, at least. Maybe more than that. I have to quantify it. Slower traffic, keep right. Yeah, right. No one knows what that means. See some commercial air traffic. Looks like they're coming into on final here to Vegas, up in the air there. And then moreover, the tickets for that train are going to run you 119 or 139 if you want like first class, whatever that is, on a train. So 119 bucks each way, from what I've read. For a high-speed rail that doesn't deliver you at the Strip. If there was stock in that, in Brightline, I probably would not be buying it. So we passed mile marker 19 now, 19 miles from the state line here. California. Saline Mustang. Some people are probably going to stick with their cars, even though you're going to pay 30, 40 bucks a night to park your car at the casinos nowadays. Expensive to stay at these casinos. I don't know how they're doing it. Between the parking and the resort fees can be up over 50 bucks a night now. I know on the Super Bowl Sunday, they had $29 rooms advertised at Excalibur, but then they had a $50 resort fee on top of that. So. I don't know if it's going to come out in the video, but there is a big bright light off to the very left of the frame. That is the Ivanpah solar farm out there. Where they use a whole bunch of solar panels and then heat up some water to generate electricity. The problem is all those mirrors out there interfere with flight traffic overhead, and they also interfere with the local birds. They've had a lot of birds come to unfortunate endings out there because of those mirrors. And it interferes with the flight traffic overhead because of the, this is a heavily traveled route between Southern California, all the airports down there heading back east. San Diego, Burbank. Of course, LA, Orange County, etc. I want to thank you all so very, very much for joining us. We really appreciate each and every single one of you. Please do like, follow, share, and subscribe to us. And as always, remember here on the Vegas Don channel, it is the journey, where what happens in Vegas stays here on the Vegas Don channel on YouTube. We'll see you next time, folks. Thank you so much for being here.